Jeffrey is obsessed with his 50 plus altcoins. He scrolls on Twitter looking for another 10 to add to his bag, constantly checking to see what his shellcoin influencer is promoting on a shitty pre-sale page so he can ape his last $100 in. Ah yes, Dodgy AI 6.459, that's the one. He's obsessed. Adonis. Adonis doesn't have this FOMO mindset. He doesn't even look on Twitter because he knows it's all noise. Whilst Jeffrey focuses on his 50 plus altcoins, Adonis is focused on his work to funnel more into the crypto market. We're going to go through some crypto altcoin tier list dudes, and we're going to give you the highest 2025 returns because I think it's super important when I give you that introduction or the hook of that Jeffrey and Adonis story. There's two people to the story all the time. You've got the Jeffrey that is just getting lost in the herd and he's just going to lose pretty much all his money. Or you've got the smart guy, we like to call him Adonis. He's very focused on his craft, becoming a better man, but also funneling that money into cryptocurrency in a very smart way. So you need this. I wish I had a video like this in 2020 and 2021, the last bull run, right? It was very exciting. I made a lot of money on paper, but unfortunately I was lost in the herd and I was just very, very new. Chances are, if it's going to be your first rodeo, you're going to be like that too, but you need a video like this because this video is going to keep you on par. Now, I would overbuy and stress about the next narrative. Whatever that next narrative would be, I would have to find that, then there'll be another one, another one, another one. It would be absolutely crazy. This coin, or that coin. There was so much emotions in this last run, good and bad, but it just became a huge list of altcoins with barely anything in, bar my big plays, and obviously BTC and Ethereum at the time. And I see this happen all the time. There's dudes that even join my private community that come here with 50 plus altcoins, 30 plus altcoins, and it's just an absolute disaster, in my opinion. Yes, some will do well, but more overly, it's just $100 here, $100 there, and they're all shit coins. That's not what you want to do if you want to have a successful run by 2025. And the problem is, most of them become absolutely worthless. So when I was thinking about doing this top list of cryptocurrencies to absolutely go crazy in the next bull run, because that's really what you want to be here for. You want to be here for the biggest returns, but also ones that are not going to wipe you out the game. And I pulled up this list, and what you'll find is there's unlimited options here. There's all these little sweeties in the candy store, and if you're like me, I want to taste absolutely everything. But I promised you, I tried that in the previous run, and all it got me was burned. So we're only going to do the first list here, and I think this first list is not all you need. There's going to be other coins down here. Chances are you hold some of them. There's some other great plays that we're not going to talk about today, but I don't want this video to be 10 hours long, to be quite frank. But let's get into it. So, Bitcoin. Where do you think this one's going to rank? It's not a shit coin. It's absolutely not. It's not going to give you a 10x. It's not going to give you a 20x. And it's definitely not going to give you the best risk/reward. Bitcoin's a great asset. You should hold some. But if you've got under 10 grand, it doesn't really make much sense. But if you just want a 3-5x, Bitcoin's probably not going to give you a 5x, but it will give you, right now, 2x, probably a 3x. It's probably going to give you that. Very nice gains for stock market, for traditional investments, but for the cryptocurrency market, as we approach the bull run, it's not going to be ideal if you want the 10x gains. It's just not. But it has to be said, it started a revolution, and it's the reason why we're here today. And it's a great coin, but for returns, it's not going to be your boy. The same with Ethereum. It's going to give you more to that 5x. You could hold it. You could argue to hold it if you have that 10 grand portfolio. I still wouldn't do it, to be honest. If you want more in life, you have to ask yourself when you're going through your list of like, hey, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this in terms of my returns. It's like, well, if Ethereum is not going to give you that, if these are 10x, 20x returns, it's just not going to happen, bro. It's just not going to happen. Now, what you will happen is I've chose these because a lot of people still get confused. Ethereum Classic, right? It's a shit coin. Yes, it can still do well. It pumped in the previous run because I think, what's his name, some boxer was promoting it. I think it was Floyd Mayweather. I think he ended up getting sued. And you've seen these vertical runs in 2021. It was fantastic. But this was all pretty much a scam, right? The most people were buying it at hype, thinking they were buying the next Ethereum. And guess what? It's a gradual death to probably zero. It's not going to give you those returns. And if it is, it's just too risky. And you might as well just hold other places. It's not worth it. You've got coins like Engine Coin. I think these are easy 10x gains. It's a great gaming coin. It has great fundamental use cases. There's many more gaming coins you could put on here. I think there's, decentralized mana. We'd stick that in there as well. We'd probably stick in Sandbox if I could find it. There it's right there. So these are great. These are absolutely fantastic. They're definitely more risky than the next narrative. The other narrative in the last run, they're going to be coming back. And these are top gaming coins in my opinion, / metaverse coins. There's nothing wrong with them a coin. Nothing wrong with it at all, should I say. Now, Solana, easy 10x. Easy 10x to get back to its previous all-time high. I do think it's going to do that. You could argue it could go further than that, but I'll be taking my profits way before that. And again, it's better than Ethereum. It's not as safe, but you've seen what it did in the previous run. it got a lot of people rich. It also got a lot of people wrecked if you were buying it at $250. Like I started DCing about here, thinking we were going to $500, $1,000 like all these influencers were promoting, and I got wrecked. Not massively, I didn't buy a lot, but I was looking for an extra 4x here, but I looked at this coin back here. That's where you made the money. We're right back at square one. We're not entirely back there, don't get me wrong, but it's a great coin. And I think 10x, you want to be here. This is where you want to be. This is where most coins are, structured. When I'm looking at my cryptocurrency gains, I say to myself, hey, I've got $1,000, for example. I want to turn every $1,000 into $10,000. Every dollar into 10. That's all I'm trying to do. If I can get the 20x's to 50x's plus, that's fantastic. But ideally, I'm just looking for somewhere around here. Sheep, 10x, be here, I would argue. It's already went so far up. I wouldn't touch it. It's not my play, to be honest, but it's probably still going to give you a 10x. It might only give you 3-5x's because the market cap's so big, but I do believe Elon, whatever, I'll do a tweet about it. It'll get some more crazy runs. It'll probably run again. You could argue that's going to be the same with Dogecoin. Some people will say higher, some people will say less. You could also argue it's a shitcoin. I would say that as well, but I do think it still will give you returns. I genuinely do. The same with Luna Classic, or Luna, whatever this one is. I don't even follow them that, the old Luna, whatever it was. But I have to put this in the shitcoins. I don't think you guys should ever be holding this. It's just done. It's just done. Now, the Gala, it will give you a 50x. It will give you a 50x. I'm here for this one on the 20x. So what I mean by that is I'm not riding Gala to a 50x plus. So maybe a 10x, or should I say a 10% bag in there for that absolute moon math. But most of my profits on Gala games will be taken out here. A little bit more risky than Engine to say, but there's way more terms of return. The coin's been beat down so much by the community. I'm still a holder. I've got over 1 million of these bad boys, and my goal is to get away with this with $1 million. If I don't get that, that's absolutely fine. I'm definitely going to be making a couple $100,000 absolute worst case scenario in this coin for my positions, but I'm way underwater right now, but I'm okay with that because I know the future in this one's great. XRP, it's a difficult one. A lot of people are saying it's going to $10,000, $100,000. There's some crazy people think it's even, going beyond that. Some people think a safe bet on this one is $100. I think you're absolutely crazy. By the next bull run, I'm not here to talk about 2030, 2035, whatever these numbers are. I think it hits $7 to $10 with ease, but it could be one of those ones where it just absolutely flies. In my opinion, I'm here, 10x be here, easy gains. XLM, I would argue, would go a little bit further with being the smaller market cap, and it usually follows XRP's run if you look at the chart. But yeah, I would be high here, but I wouldn't be surprised if XRP actually went further than that. The same with XLM. Now, Crypto.com, to be honest, it's miles off its all-time high. It's an easy 20x. You could argue it's a 50x plus, but I'm not here to ride on Crypto.com, right? It got a lot of people burned in the previous run. It also got a lot of people rich. It's one of those ones as an exchange coin. It's still got a massive team. Roberto from our private community is a big holder. I think it sits there nicely, to be honest, and probably it will go higher, but that's where you would probably want to be taking your profits on that one. Axie Infinity, it did so well in the previous run. It really did. It's one of those gaming coins absolutely went crazy. I think the game's absolute shit, to be honest, but you can't argue with what it did. The active users are massive. They've got over 2 million users, I believe, a month. It's a difficult one for me. I would argue it's a shitcoin, but I think it gets back to all-time high. It'll probably even go even further. I think it's an easy 10x. I wouldn't personally hold it, but I do think there will be gains in this. QNT, I've put this special best risk/reward here. This will 10x. This will get you a 10x in my opinion, and it will go far beyond that. It's not going to give you a 50x. It might give you a 20x, but I wouldn't hold it for that. The best risk/reward just means, hey, if I had one coin to choose and all my money had to go on that, it would be in QNT. In my opinion, it gives me the best risk/reward. It's going to give you my 10x with ease, but it's not going to be one of those ones where it might just stop out at 2x. I think it hits $1,000 with absolute ease. It's just an easy 10x in my opinion. HBAR, it's an easy 20x. A lot of people put this in shitcoin. We've obviously seen the recent news today, and we're seeing that HBAR up 12% on the daily, which is absolutely fantastic. But this is just short-term noise. It'll probably just retrace back to 4 or 5 whatever cents. This is nothing what we're going to see in the next bull run. I'll do one more for you guys just because there's a lot. You could argue Polygonmatic, I should put it on there. There's just a lot of coins, and this is not even the start of it. Once you go on CoinMarketCap, you just see so many blooming coins, and that gives you that kind of hook where we give you that Jeffrey and Adonis thing. It's just like, hey, this is not even half of it, bro, because when you come on CoinMarketCap, you blooming see over 20,000 coins in this thing, dudes. It's absolutely insane, and there's just more coins being added every single day. There's so many categories nowadays, you can get lost in the sauce. And by the next bull run, I wouldn't be surprised if there's 100,000 coins, dude. I would not be surprised. It's like, hey, but once. Well, stick to your basics These are ones that all did well in the previous run. Most of them are going to be around for the next run, in my opinion. There's some easy 10x's, but if you want those 1,000,000 x's, 50x's plus, you could say Gala could go there. You could also say HBAR could go there, and they maybe will topple at that. But it's like, hey, where do you take profits? And to be honest, I think these are easy profits in my opinion. But if you want more returns, dudes, just come on CoinMarketCap, find a risky category. Gaming's going to be one of them, and just look back at any market cap. And you could argue, and you could just change this to 100x plus, because they're going to be out there. But for me personally, a 10x is more than fine. I've got other coins that will run past that. I've got coins that will only do the 3-5x. And arguably, a lot of people say I've got a lot of shit coins. And even if HBAR doesn't do well, I've got guaranteed gains up here in my opinion. There's definitely going to be an average of a 10x. I'm documenting as much as I can, and you guys have seen that, proof in the pudding. So let me know in the comments below, where would you put these coins? I think it's a very fun video to do. We could maybe do a full one. What I will say, do a quick plug. If you guys aren't in the private community, we just had our first meet in London. It was a very sick event. We got some cool photos. Big group of guys in the UK. There's obviously a lot of USA members right there. Obviously give me a follow. Watch out for the scams. There's a lot of fake Jake Gordons out there. Link in description. But if you guys want a more inner kind of circle, join us. See if you like it. If not, no hard feelings, you just leave. But it was a sick event. I'm very grateful of the community we've built so far. We've got 59 strong men from all over the world. This was a UK event. We plan to do a US one before Christmas or just after. It's just thinking about logistics, but again, this is just a group of like-minded people about their active income, their business, and the cryptocurrency portfolio, and it was an absolute sick time. There's no other YouTuber, I think, that's doing this. Everybody's got a shitty Discord. Nobody's doing this, I'll tell you that for an absolute fact. So it was a sick time. I hope to see many new faces in there soon, but if not, I hope to grow stronger with these guys, turn them into absolute killers, and I'm growing alongside them. It's an absolute win-win for me. Take care. Let me know your coins in the comments below.